Hi guys, and welcome to Talks with Candy. And today we're going to be talking about small changes that changed my life. A lot of us think that we need huge changes to see a difference in our life, like move to another city or, reinvent ourselves and all these things to see a big difference in our life, when in reality all we need is small changes, small editing our habits in little small teeny ways, and it shows up so major. For example, a small decision is like not hitting a snooze button on your alarm when it goes off, and getting up and getting right to work, getting right to doing stuff that pertain your goals, looking good, feeling good, smelling good, making your day productive. That's just one small thing. Not hitting the snooze button is one small thing that you could do that could affect your whole day. And if it affects your whole day and you do it over and over again, it affects your life. Another thing is, like, I work at Amazon, so a small change I used to make, instead of coming home and doom scrolling or not doing, I come home, I shower and sleep, and that way I could wake up early, because usually I come home, just get on my phone and scroll, and then end up falling asleep whenever, and then by the time I wake up, it's time to go to work again. Now my life just consists on work, home, work, home, work, home, instead of actually coming home, getting my rest, and getting up and being able to have a little free time, have time to go to the gym and all these different things. So it's just like the little small things that we need to change, and we'll see a huge difference in our life. Like, an example is saving instead of eating out. This plays first off, eating in, you know what ingredients, you know where your food been, you know what it has not been. When you cook your own food at home, you save money, and that shows up in your pockets. That shows up how many times you could go out if you spend a girls' night out or whatever with your friends, or buy them new shoes. That shows up, instead of you're broke, because a lot of people don't know that a lot of your money goes to food and restaurants, and a lot of times we don't even realize that, because we're so conditioned, and we think like, oh, if we stop eating now, we just gotta go, oh, so healthy. But it's just like choosing 2 or 3 days that you would normally eat out and say, hey, I'm gonna eat in, and it shows up. You could see that type of stuff. Okay, nobody see these decisions, y'all, but they make such a huge difference. So that's where the change happened. Okay, small decisions that I have made that really had an impact on my life is choosing myself over applause. Sometimes we pick paths that sound impressive instead of paths that what we really want to do, what we really have interest in, what we're really good at. And I chose myself by choosing alignment instead of validation. Okay, and that's just a small decision that I made that really shows up. Okay, so a lot of times we do stuff because we're thinking about how other people would feel about it, how other people would view us, what would they say, what would they feel, what would they think of me, where would I be at on the scoreboard, right? Instead of saying, what is my heart telling me to do? What sits right with me? What makes me happy? What makes me feel comfortable? What tells me that I am doing God's work, that I am fulfilling my purpose that God has given me on this earth? We don't think about that a lot of times. A lot of times we just think about validation, for people to validate us. Another small decision that I made is posting before I'm ready. A lot of us get into this really, really, really deep, okay? Posting before you're ready, doing things before you're ready, before it feel like a perfect moment. Like I said, I like to tell this to people all the time. It's never going to be the perfect moment. You're trying to wait for the perfect moment to buy a car. You're trying to wait for the perfect moment to start your content creation. You're trying to wait till you have 10K followers and you get this many views and you have this many likes and laps. And no, that's not how it's done. Okay, you could do it that way if you want, but a lot of times you got to start from where you at. And what we don't know is people who love to see the growth. Okay, for example, Shira 7. I love Shira 7. I watch her. I feel like all the girls should go over there and watch her video, talk about manifestation, motivation, and glowing up. I do recommend everyone going over there. Shout out to Sherry7 and you know, watching her and taking some of her intake. But one thing what I was getting on with Sherry7 is I watched her videos from 6-7 years ago. Okay, she didn't have the best quality camera. She didn't have, you know, she didn't say everything in a right sequence, the right or, and I'm not gonna say she wasn't always as confident, but she wasn't as confident as she is now and as short as she is now. So that just goes to say that you don't have to be perfect to start. Perfection comes over time. Hey, we hear this saying all the time, practice makes perfect. It's true. Once you start doing something so long and so much, it becomes like second nature and you become so good at it. So stop being so hard on yourself when it's your first time doing something. If you don't have the followers, you don't have the clothes, you feel as if, really just get out there, okay? So that way when you get the clothes, you're already good at everything. When you get the cameras and when you get the lights that you need, you are already there. Like, you're literally, that's just a plus because you could do it without it. A lot of times we focus on what we don't have and why we can't start, rather than just starting, getting started. And you know, the sooner you start, the better. Okay, so stop looking at what you don't have and look what you do have. If you have a phone, you can record. If you're able to create a TikTok, start. I don't care. Stop making excuses. No excuses, just start. It's never going to be the perfect moment, and I can't express that enough. Just like me right now I'm using the natural light to record this video, and it's because I still want to get my word out there to y'all. It don't matter how, it don't have to be the perfect video. It don't have to be all glamorous and all the editing. I'm not doing that because I just want to start. I just want to get my foot in the game, and I will learn as I go. A lot of times we do be scared of judgment, and one thing I do like to say on judgment is that don't matter, okay? Because when you're 30 in your 40s or you're older and you're thinking back on all the things you should have done, you're no longer going to be thinking about the people who you was thinking about was judging you, okay? Because they either gonna be going on with their life and in a direction they is. And half of the times we be scared of being judged by people who's nowhere in life, who has nothing, who's not aiming for the same things we're aiming for. So I don't even understand why sometimes we be so scared of judgment when it's like, these people have nothing that I want. These people does nothing that I want. If I didn't grow up with these people and was forced to see these people and meet these people and be around these people, because some of them people that we are scared of judgment are our families, I probably would never even talk to them. I would never befriend them. I would never hang around them. But I care so much of what they think because I grew up with them and they created an opinion about me and they feel like they knew me. And they didn't, and they don't. So stop. Forget everybody. At the end of the day, this is your life, and you are the only one who have to live it, and they're living theirs, and they're the only one that have to live theirs, okay? So stop. You don't need 10K. You don't need hella followers. You don't need nothing to start. Just start, okay? Good decisions could change your life just as well as bad decisions. Like I told y'all, overspending, okay? Shopaholic here. And I don't mind. I like nice things. I like pretty things. I like buying things. I like shopping. Hey, I'm not going to say I don't. And I'm not also going to push that to the side because that's what I like to do. But it's a time and a place. It's a right time, okay? It's the right time to spend. You got to know, if I got these bills due, then no spending. You have to be kind of hard and disciplined on yourself when it comes to that. So overspending kind of changed my life. Now I was panicking, having anxiety about bills because I didn't spend all this money on my credit card, and now bills, they don't stop. Talking too much about my goals, y'all. This is a big thing. Like, telling everybody about what you want to do, who you want to be, and what's your plans. And a lot of people, I was watching this podcast with J. Cole. I love J. Cole. I like him. I like his music, but I really like his mindset more than anything. And he was just basically saying, growing up, he knew he wanted to be a rapper, right? Or an artist. And the main thing he did not do was tell people that what his goals were. And he said the main reason was because they was going to try to talk him out of it. He didn't want to hear no doubts. He didn't want to hear this. He didn't want to hear that. So he told no one, okay? A lot of times we feel like, oh, telling our friends because it's just so big and we just can't hold it in, because that was me. And I used to be, hey, and this and this and this, and everybody will have their opinion, okay? Everybody's like, I don't know, maybe you shouldn't do this because, I seen it, this is this. And then it's a person saying, they telling you all the bad outcomes, and now you just second guessing yourself like, wait, should I really do this? And instead of doing your own research through the internet, because the internet is the most great, you can find anything out there. And doing your own researches, following your heart, listening to yourself, following your first mind, and doing it, keeping it inside, so that way you don't hear none of the negatives this coming your way. You're going to have positives, you're going to have negatives, but not telling no one actually helps so much. You could tell a close friend, but telling everybody could really make you second think and second guess and not even want to do it no more, because you just heard so many negative things and people doubting you so much about it. And it's like, wait, can I even do this? Am I overestimating myself? Is this even really possible? And it is, but it's just like, you let these people who don't even dream about getting out their home state to tell you it's not possible, okay? Some people don't have the wide smack. Rarely anyone see what you see, okay? So when you go and tell people your visions, they can't vision you there, okay? Because they see you now. That was one of the bad decisions, small decisions, so teeny and small, that really start changing my life. Like, now I didn't really know what I wanted to do, who I wanted to be, if it was even possible, because I'm telling everybody, and they're like, make me feel less than or unworthy of. Another small decision that I used to make that really affected my life, and it was bad, is ignoring red flags when it comes to men, friends, apartments, cars, whatever. It's just ignoring them because you're just so big-headed and naive that you don't care. And my biggest thing was ignoring red flags when it came to males and females. Okay, you stop, because the only person it causes harm to in the long run is you. So that was another bad decision that I was making. Y'all, I don't have to go in depth about ignoring red flags. Don't ignore red flags. They're there for a reason. Pick up on them. And I feel like the faster you drop them, the better, because you get attached and then it'd be harder. Okay? And it's harder to let go once you're attached. But if you drop them the second you see them, then it's just like, okay, look, you dodged the bullet. And another bad decision that I made is following my feelings. I should be ignoring them, but following my feelings and letting emotion control my action. That was, yeah, because y'all know what they say about girls. Girls are so emotional. Girls are not logic. Girls always, move with their feelings instead of, what I mean? And I can't say, I'm not going to speak for our girls, but me, I was feel. Now, when I say, even if I subconsciously say, I feel as if, I say, I think, and I be like, feel, hold on, wait, no. We don't think with feelings, okay? A lot of times we don't get out of bed because we feel tired. I ignore that. I ignore my feelings, and I think of logic. Okay, what are my goals? What is I'm trying to attain? Why am I even getting out this bed? So is it smart for me to stay in the bed because I feel tired, or get up because I need to get this done? We don't listen to, I'm not saying never be in tune with your feelings. Acknowledge your feelings, but your feelings do not run you, or they do not control you. So your feelings could tell you you're sleepy and it's time for you to get up. You slept for 8 hours, but you still feel, you still feel tired. Still get out the bed anyways, because we're not listening to our feelings. Oh, you feel like that man was just shy and he didn't want to take you. No, we're not listening. Logically, If a man like you, he gonna do what he gonna do, y'all, for you. So listening to feelings could get you caught up in a trap. It can. So we are not letting our feelings or emotions run the show anymore. We're thinking more logically. And I'm not saying just say F your feelings. No, acknowledge your feelings. I feel tired, okay? I still have to get up. But what can I do to not feel tired anymore? Maybe get a rich diet with all the proteins and vitamins that you need. Get up and do some exercise, or make sure all your hormones are in order, because that's probably the reason you feel tired. Instead of just sleep, you don't need a new life. You need new decisions. All right, start small, but start today. And that's all I have for you guys today. Drop in the comments what small decision that you feel like was either good or bad that affected your life. If you could look back, think about it. Look back on small decisions that you feel as if affected your life, whether it was good or bad, because bad decisions shape our life just as much as good ones does. And that's all I got for you today. Thank you for joining Talks with Candy, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Leave a comment, subscribe, and like this video. Bye.